Okay, so in this video we're going to learn how to estimate the mean, the variance, and sample standard deviations when your data is group data or in a frequency distribution or a histogram. In order to do this, we need to use the formulas that you see on the screen here, where X is the midpoint of a class and F is the class frequency of the corresponding class, and N is the total sum of the frequencies. In other words, the sum of the total frequency. It is using summation notation, so that weird looking E is a Greek letter called sigma, and in math or statistics, that's the summation symbol. So we'll be focusing on formulas 5 and 6 here to estimate the sample mean and the sample standard deviation. Okay, so here we have a group data, in other words, a frequency distribution, where we have the lower and upper limits and the corresponding frequency. So all these formulas call for the class midpoints. So let me go ahead and insert a column here for my midpoints. In order to calculate the midpoints, it's just the sum of the lower and upper limits divided by 2. Okay, so once I got the first one, now we could drag down to get the remaining ones. Okay, so if we look at the midpoint or the sample mean formula, the X is the midpoints and F is the frequency. So we need to create a column where we're multiplying the midpoints with the frequency. So that's X times F. So we could now drag down to generate all the remaining products. And so to estimate the mean, we just need to now find some totals. So the total of the frequency, which is your N. And then we need to find the total of the midpoints times the frequencies, which is the sum of that column. Now we could find the estimate for the mean. So the estimate for the mean is simply going to be the total of the XF column, or the 3,649, divided by the 82, which is the total of the frequency. So we get an estimated mean of 44.5. Now to calculate or to estimate the standard deviation, or excuse me, the variance, essentially it's the formula of the standard deviation, just without the square root. And so we'll essentially find the variance first, and then we could just take the square root of the variance to get the standard deviation. So if you look at the formula for the standard deviation, you have this the sum of the difference between the endpoints and the estimated mean squared times the corresponding frequency, class frequency. And so in order to generate this, well, we got to make sure that when we use our dragging feature, that the estimated mean doesn't change. So you're going to have to, as you can see, if you typed it in exactly how you see on the screen there, and drag down, your dragging feature will automatically change that D12 and go D13, D14. So in order to do this, we need to put $signs around the D so that it doesn't change from that particular cell. So then dragging down generates all the other values. And as you can see, if I click on one of these cells here, say the zeros, where the zero's at, you can see the $sign is still referencing D12, where's the estimated mean. If you didn't have the $sign, you're going to generate wrong numbers there. Okay, so we need to total up this column, since the formula calls to sum up that column. So sum of the difference of X and the mean squared times F. So we need to sum that up and then divide by that number, that 7,600, divided by N minus 1. And if you recall, N is just the total of the frequency, which the 89 minus 1 in this particular case. And then to find the standard deviation, we just take a square root of the 93.8 to get 9.68. That's how you find or estimate the mean, standard deviation, and variance when your data is grouped, such as a frequency distribution.